Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Journey. I made a video already addressing some of the things that people ought to have and prepare for before coming out here to live as a nomad, whether it be part-time or full-time. My last video I made was pretty lengthy, I feel, so I'm going to try to make this shorter. That way, for those of you that got busy schedules and you don't feel like listening to me yet my jaws for 20 plus minutes, I'm going to try to make this video for less than 10 minutes. That way you can listen to what I'm going to say and then you can get on with your day. So basically, here's what I'm going to say. If you're wanting to be a nomad, here's what you need to do. Number one, you need to have your money right. There's people that will come out here and they'll just do everything on the fly. If that's you, then you do what you do. I'm not cramping your style. But for those of us that want to be a little more on the cautious side, like myself, when it comes to the money, have at least 3 months worth of money saved up before you come out. Like whatever your monthly living expenses are going to be when you're out here on the road. And don't just include your vehicle that you're going to be living out of. Include everything. Include your medical insurance, everything that relates to sticks and bricks. If you're going to keep your sticks and bricks like I am, whatever living expenses you have, include it all. And have at least 3 months worth of living expenses saved up before you come out here. Another thing you need to have on point before you come out here is your vehicle. Whatever vehicle you're going to be living out of. Whatever tow vehicle you're going to use if you're going to tow a fifth wheel or a travel trailer. Take that vehicle and that fifth wheel or that travel trailer to your mechanic and have them check out everything. Like, as far as your vehicle, have your mechanic check out everything from front to back. If you're going to be traveling in an RV, take your RV to an RV mechanic. Have them check out the RV mechanically from front to back. And have them also check all the components of the RV to make sure they all work properly. Same thing with the travel trailer and the fifth wheel. Have your RV mechanic check all the components of the fifth wheel or the travel trailer to make sure they all work properly. Have them also check the roof to make sure there is no leaking. Anything that is wrong, I would advise that you get all that repaired before you hit the road. That way when you hit the road, the chances of anything going wrong and then your trip is ruined or it gets complicated will be less. And even if something does break down, you'll at least have an idea of what's wrong because you'll know what's not wrong. So if you get, let's say something goes on at home and you have to get some work done to your transmission. If the mechanic that's out of town that you go to tells you you need a new transmission, you can be like, no, I don't. My transmission is fine. Try again. And then you can go to another mechanic who's not going to lie to you. Another thing you need to keep in mind before you come out here on the road is you need to keep your health in mind. Like whatever health issues you got. Have your medication. Know what doctors you're going to go to wherever you're going to go and spend some time at. Like if you're going to go to, let's say, Arizona for the winter, know what doctors you're going to go to. And make sure that they're going to be able to do what they need to do for you medically. Make sure they're qualified to deal with whatever medical issues that you're having. So take care of your health. And another thing that you're going to want to bear in mind before you hit the road is, obviously, you're going to want to bear in mind where you're going to go. Like, wherever you're going to go, you're going to want to at least have an idea of what the climate is going to be for that particular time of the year. Like, if you go to Arizona, okay, during the day, it's going to probably be in the 70s and 80s. When it gets nightfall, the temperatures this time of the year can drop into the 40s, and during the winter it can drop into the 30s. So obviously you're gonna want to have the proper clothes. You're gonna want to have the proper equipment to keep yourself comfortable at night when you're sleeping. And even during the day, when you wake up and you're going about your day, you're going to have what you need to stay comfortable during the day. Next, I would advise people to have a skill to where they can make decent money that they can take with them when they're hitting the road as a nomad. So rather you have a specific skill, or you're just one of these people that are going to work whatever job pays the bills, or whatever job pays the best that you're able to do, whatever the case might be, ideally have a job lined up in the area where you're going to go. Like if you're going to go to Arizona for the winter, whatever part of Arizona you're going to go to, try to have a job lined up before you get there. That way when you get there, you can begin your work, you can begin making your money, and you're not going to have to dip into your savings. You can leave your savings alone for a true emergency. So that's another thing you're going to want to do, is have a job lined up before you get to wherever you're going to go. And preferably, it wouldn't hurt to even learn some skills to where you can do work online. Rather it be like myself, I'm going to learn how to type, because right now my typing sucks. So I'm going to learn how to type to where I can type at least 30 some odd words a minute. That way I can do customer service work, which is a nomad friendly occupation. So if I were you, you might want to learn some online skills. You might want to learn how to navigate a computer. That way you can do some online type stuff. That way no matter where you go, you'll have a job. And you can and the probability of making decent money will be there too. It depends on who you work for and what you do. And another thing you're going to want to have in mind is, like if you're going to be doing some urban camping, like I'm kind of sort of urban camping. So if you're going to be doing that type of camping, if I were you, I would locate your parks, your gym facilities, your traveling plazas. That way you'll have means of not only working out to take care of your health, but you'll also have means of taking a shower, keeping up with all your basic hygiene. Also know where your laundry mats are at. That way you can keep your clothes clean. That way you can keep the linen on your bed clean. And let's think. I'm trying to think of what else you might need. And another thing is, when it comes to the money, don't just work and make enough money to pay the bills. Have enough money to where you can invest into your retirement, into some sort of a retirement fund. Because that day's going to come where you're not going to want to work anymore. You're not going to be able to work. And you're going to want to have more than just SSI to live off of for the rest of your life. So if you haven't done so already, start a retirement fund for yourself. Another thing you're going to want to have is you're going to want to have some emergency money. So like if your RV breaks down or your van breaks down and you need a place to lay your head for a few nights while your vehicle is being repaired, I mean, obviously you're going to want to have some money for the repair of your vehicle. And you're going to want to also have some money for a hotel. That way you can stay in a hotel. And you're going to also want to be saving up money for your next vehicle or your next rig. Because let's face it, whether you're living in a van like me, or living in a car, or living in any kind of a camper or an RV, you know, at the end of the day, they're vehicles, they're man-made, they're not going to last forever. So eventually you're going to need to replace it. So you're going to want to have money set aside for the replacement of your living quarters and or the replacement of your tow vehicle. So, and there's probably some other things that I can think of, but I don't want to make this video much longer than what it already is. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. If I think of anything, I'll make a part 2 or something, or you guys can leave a comment in the comment section. I will see you on the next video. Everybody have a good one.